everyone. I'm going to make a very simple version of Korean radish soup just using a radish and some sesame oil and a little bit of minced garlic, but you don't even need the minced garlic. I'm on vacation right now, so I don't have a lot of my normal ingredients, so I'm just going to make it really simple. I actually started peeling half of the radish. It's double the size of this, so I basically just washed it, cut it in half, and now I'm basically peeling it. I did bring my one of my chef knives because I know that on vacation in this timeshare they don't have great knives, so I'm glad I brought this because it does make it easier to have a decent sharp chef knife. So I basically just go around and peel the skin off this radish. Once I've basically peeled the whole radish, I've already cut it in half, I will then cut it again in half, put one to the side, put this down, and then cut this into thirds. This is just my way of doing it. You know, you can cut it thicker or thinner depending on what you like. I've noticed that the thinner I cut it, if I cut it into really thin slices, like if I were to cut it into something like that thin, then while I'm cooking it, the radishes get a little too soft. So I want to make it thick enough that it can still retain a little bit of its texture, even though I'm going to cook it for a little while. So I basically will take this and put it into a bowl. Whoops. So I have a pot here and I'm going to turn the burner on to high for now and let this heat up. Alright, it's heated up and I'm trying to use less oil and salt and everything if possible, when possible. So I'm just going to try something new. I'm going to add water instead of oil. I have my bowl of cut radishes and I'm just going to add them in, being careful not to burn myself. And stir those around. Just want to get them a little softer in the water, and then I'm going to add a little sesame oil and some garlic. They've been cooking for about a minute or so, and I'm just going to add now some sesame oil. I'm going to add in maybe about 3 of these spoons, which look like basically about a teaspoon. I'm also going to add some garlic. I basically just packed some of my own minced garlic in one of my old spice jars. I just washed it out and it was a handy case. So I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of minced garlic. Stir that around. I'm going to stir it so that it doesn't burn. It's already starting to brown, but that's okay. I might turn down the heat a little bit just so it doesn't burn to about medium high. It was on high. And just going to stir that around until it looks evenly kind of golden brown. Okay, so at this point when it looks golden brown, I'm going to add my water. Another think I'll add 8 cups of water. Let's see. Just using bottled water here. So at this point, I'm going to turn the heat back up to high so I can get this to a boil. And wait till that comes to a boil. Once it comes to a full boil, I'm basically going to cover it and then put it on low. And let it cook for about, I'm going to check it in about 15 minutes. Okay, it's actually been longer than 15 minutes, about, I would say about 30 minutes, and once it's pretty tender, then you can add some salt. Add salt and pepper to taste.